Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fableheim. We are here, in MISTOVER on the hard difficulty, to accept our next two quests, the Belated Message and the Inept Hunter. Yes, this one is also from Olivia, okay. We will go speak with her then. It's probably a letter or report. Okay, that is fair. We shall go speak to her, but first, allow us to pick up this quest, the Inept Hunter. Yeah, it is not a problem, Stella. Yes, we beat them up a few times last episode. They worship some otherworldly god, wandering all over the world of the mist, their faces covered by their hoods. They steal life energy from things. Wow, that's pretty rude. Life energy is quite important, you know. And they've been hunting down retreating Expedition Corps members. Well, we can't stand for that. Those are our friends. They're drained of life right before their death. Then the followers hang what's left of their bodies on a tree, setting them ablaze. Well, they sound like lovely fellows, don't they? It would be my pleasure, Stella, to get rid of more followers. It would be my honor, really. Hello, Olivia. My fellow bespectacled adventurer. Olivia comes out to meet you, but she looks like she's about to cry. Aw, no crying. Oh, she forgot. That's okay, I seldom... Not seldom, I rarely... Rarely is a synonym of seldom. I also frequently forget things. That's what I meant to say. Well, we won't tell Mark that you forgot to deliver the letter and we'll deliver it for you. Easy peasy. Yes, I would love to, Olivia, because you give me plenty of assistance. Unfortunately, I don't have enough books for you at the moment. So, I did buy everything here, I think, yep. And I wasn't recording when Marie gave us the whole, thank you for finding the mushroom stuff, but she said thank you. I said you're welcome. Now we can do, we have to go to the Burnt Forest for both of these quests, but we could do one of them in the Parched Holy Forest. But we're not going to. We will be going there soon, but not yet. Because today, we are bringing a different group. I told you that I would be, so it shouldn't be that much of a surprise. We still are rocking the Paladin, the Sister, and the Shadow Blade. But something's a little different. Actually, I think you need to be back here. This looks more right. So, I have included the Grim Reaper in place of the Witch, and the Werewolf in place of the Ronin. I love the Ronin. I just want to get that out there. I love the Ronin so much, and him not being in the expedition feels very strange. But I'll mumble more about that later. And then, with the Grim Reaper, she's here to debuff things. And I actually have a plan. It says my crew levels are higher, but they're not that much higher. In fact, I think that is kind of a leftover of when they were... Because they got changed a little bit. Now it's the average of your group, and originally it was just your highest group member. It's a little bit more fair now. We don't have Hibiki with us, so we had to walk on top of that. Ripperoo. So my plan... Well, the strategy that I'm trying, and have kind of been trying to get to work, with this group composition is... Evelyn is going to be mostly used as a support character. And Gen, our werewolf companion, is going to be doing a lot of the tanking. Now the reason is because Gen has a very powerful attack called Beast Stroke. And using this attack, it is a 200% of your damage attack, but it deals even more damage if you are low on health. So the idea is we get Gen low on health by, you know, doing tanking things. And then Evelyn will use her, is it called Holy Guard? To protect Gen once he's low on health. And Evelyn will start taking all the damage instead of Gen. And Gunobanos is here still just 2 damage. So this ability, Holy Guard, we'd put on Gen. And we'd take all the damage. Then we can, you know, Divine Armor, provoke ourselves, do all sorts of stuff. So for now, I'm just going to poke this guy. And then we will kill him with... Gen, probably. Now, Satu, our Grim Reaper friend, can't really do a whole lot. But, We have Collect Floating Spirits, which is pretty important, I think, to have on a Grim Reaper for any elongated fights. Stealing Luck here, I think, is probably one of the strongest abilities for the Grim Reaper. It not only cancels out enemy buffs, but it steals them and gives them to you. That's absolutely amazing for a variety of reasons, but very helpful for dealing with these guys who just sit there and give attack buffs. The sister is still here to just heal things and use that ability. I almost upgraded it. I want to, but it's 2 skill points. So I ended up upgrading my healing efficiency instead. Well, I guess I'm just going to Divine Armor, because I can't reach that. But you can... Oh. What did Satu do? Well, let us get rid of that bleed, because that was nasty. And the 2 curses we have are Concentration, which reduces hit, and Inescapable, which reduces evasion. And I'm honestly not sure which I like most. And what I mean by that is both of them are good, right? Reducing enemy hit chance is more than just, oh, I won't take damage from this. That means it's more likely that your friends are going to dodge the attack and thus have their turn moved up in the turn order. That's pretty good. But also evasion is very powerful in this game, the ability to reduce evasion, that is. Because, if I just stun this, that might be the play. Because if you bring down the evasion of an enemy, it can equal more than like 25% increase hit chance, depending on how much evasion the enemy had. And the enemies tend to have a sizable amount of evasion on hard mode, from what I understand. So both of those are pretty much on my list of things to use. And I'm not quite sure which would be better for our group composition. So we'll find out. Do I start working on the other things, or do I? The one downside of running these 2 curses is that they're both targeting front and middle column, and not the back column at all. But these guys willingly moved up for some reason, so that works out. I would love to heal you. How much is this bleed? It is small. It's a small bleed. And so because we were working on this composition specifically with trying to make it so one person received the damage, I did level up Love instead of Overwhelming Love on the sister. I'm gonna steal that. Thanks, bro. Honestly, part of me wonders if you should just focus on leveling up that ability, the Stealing Luck. Because upgrading the curses is nice and all. Don't get me wrong. But because bosses are basically immune to curses, would it be worth maximizing your chance to steal buffs? That is an answer that I don't have for you. But a curiosity, one of the many things I'm considering and trying to keep in mind. Now we go before all of this stuff, so good job. Protecting Curseal is one of my top priorities, because as you can see, her damage can be quite ridiculous. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been thinking about. It's trying to get a group composition up and running. Because I didn't want to just carbon copy what we know kind of works. I wanted to try something different, you know? Variety is the spice of life, as they say. And if you didn't like the werewolf, if you were not a fan of the werewolf's potential squishiness, then this same idea should work with the Ronin, because, of course, the Ronin has Wicked Blade, which is just a calm attack version of Beast Stroke. So I was like, well, that's a potential, because I love the Ronin. I love the Ronin more than I ever thought I could love the Ronin. So that's something to keep in mind. Ooh, this is going to be a real test. Unless I just start one-shotting things, but that doesn't seem like it will happen here. Now, in the normal playthrough, our Grim Reaper... Oops, I think I can kill this mushroom with Satu. Our Grim Reaper was using the defense curse primarily. And it's not that that was bad. We had some crazy numbers we were hitting. But I can't help but wonder if we can just use the defense debuff from the cooperative attack with Akasha. This is a question, a thought. Well, they did not do a whole lot of damage to me, huh? So here's the ability, Beast Stroke. Inflict damage equal to 200% of your attack on one enemy. The lower your HP, the greater your damage. We currently don't have a weapon for Gen, so don't judge him too harshly. We actually, who do we have a weapon here? So, Kunopenno, Satu, and Evelyn have weapons. Akasha and Gen do not. How unfortunate. Also, I don't have Sweet Foe on Akasha, which I kind of want. That is a single target stun for the sister. Now, another thing to keep in mind is that we can get, if we wanted to switch things up even more, which, you know, I'm for that. Hibiki, well, they currently don't have it, but Hibiki and Leilani could get a row stun. I believe it's like gravity something for the witch. And Koi stun for the Omiyoji? I don't remember. Oh, we found the exit. This guy's kind of... Actually, all of these characters are very annoying. But we'll start with the caster. Okay, goodbye. That is the power of the Shadow Blade. And I did learn the stun on Evelyn. In the last episode, I was debating between the self-heal or the stun. And I went with the stun because I'm trying to use the paladin in a utility role. And giving her an option to stun is pretty powerful. And that will allow Kunopennos... Okay? That will allow Kunopennos to focus more on dealing damage. Because if she's stunning something, she's not one-shotting it. I don't know if you guys knows this, but I really like one-shotting things. Probably didn't need to do that because I'm about to kill it. That's okay. 'Tis okay. Yeah, shoot the row that's empty. Well, it's not completely empty. Satu's there, but... I like how Gen's had taunt this entire time and they have not focused him at all. It was like, nah, we're good. I'm actually going to let Satu get the kill here. Yeah, that wasn't much harder. Much harder than just doing it. Train of thought disappearing, evaporating from my minds. Yep, it's gone. Rip. Cakey. I love cake. More of a cookies person though, but cake still good. And cookie cake. That's where it's at. Enough talk about sweets though. Let's go hunt this guy down. They are fleeing. The cowards. I was hoping she'd one-shot him again. But that works. Yes, yes, you're going to show us, I know. I wish I could curse you. What if I just block? And then I'll steal your buff next turn. Ooh. How does it feel to get dodged? Double evade on a level 2 character. I mean, I would just kind of surrender now, guys. Because you're very dead. I'll just punch you with that. 1 overkill. Very nice. Satu just watched that time. She was there to supervise, you know? That was it. Whoops. It's okay. I like how she's still so fast that she just goes first. I missed that. Because of course, once Cursil died in the normal playthrough, we didn't have a Shadow Blade on the front line. And that was something I would definitely not like to repeat. If we can help it. One of my crazier thoughts. Well, this is kind of it. What I was thinking about was having Akasha and then all 4 melee. So the Shadow Blade. Well, I guess we could take Satu out for the Ronin. And we would just have 3 tanks on the field. And then the Shadow Blade bouncing around doing whatever she feels like. And I almost went for that. But my love for the Grim Reaper won out. I had to bring her in. Guess I'll just poke that. Let's get Satu her souls. I also did discover, I stared at it for a while because I was thinking about it. If you upgrade Floating Spirits, it will increase your soul recovery. So level 2 is 2 souls. I presume level 3 is 3 and kind of onwards, but that might not be the case. And I was thinking about that because when we fought the first boss, and the mini-boss even, we were running out of soul power for Satu. Because we didn't really have the luxury of choosing who killed what. Just kind of a kill it as soon as you could moment. So, a curious thought. Curious thought to level up that recovery ability. I mean, it might be a great idea. Who knows? I missed, but I'm still taunted. Come hit me, preferably not with bleeds, though. Bah, humbug. Rip. My option there was heal Satu, remove Gen's bleed, or use the ability. And I went with use the ability. Can I kill anything? No. I can come pretty close, though. This is what gets concerning later on. Like right now it's 3 bugs, not that frightening, but later on when enemies start having like 3 turns in a row, things go south real fast. And that's what I was thinking with Satu, if we can reduce people's hit rate, maybe they just won't hit us. And of course that was why I enjoyed Leilani's presence, where she could just reduce people's speed. And the other thing I was thinking about was bringing in Hibiki, and instead of using the muscle amulet, which I was using to just infinitely increase my attack and defense, we use the mental amulet to increase the speed of everyone in a column to kind of outpace the enemy. You know, does that make sense? I feel like that could be very powerful. And so I'm curious. I don't know if hard mode is the right place to be curious in, but, you know, here we are. You know, there's the quests. The quest turn in with Hans. Alright. I do terribly miss the Ronin's ability to zoom across the screen, though. That was always good fun. Here is Hans. You find Hans in the misty forest, looking for you, amongst other things. You hand Olivia's letter to Hans. He opens it and starts reading. That's a good question. How many orders can you fit in one letter? I guess it depends on if you use both sides, right? Hans tears the letter into pieces. Well, rude. Yeah, Olivia forgot. But that's okay. We're keeping it between ourselves. Oh, wait, don't be mean. He looks like he has a lot on his mind, but more than that, you're worried about what he's doing in a place like this. So you ask. I'm really not that worried. Sure, why not? So you're sent by Duke Heinrich, huh? Not Stella? Hans stops to think for a moment, and then continues. I think he's very rich and probably very handsome. Something doesn't sit well with you. You find it hard to trust him. It seems like he's got a lot to hide. Well, I don't really remember anything, so... I've also got a lot to hide. Sort of. He's not even the official heir. Le gasp! Hans is surprised when he realizes you weren't aware of that. I mean, I was, but... Would the real heir be more effective? Because I kind of like Dukenrik. Their bloodline was interrupted. Is that a nice way of saying the children died? Hans popped out of nowhere and paid a pretty price to use their name. Wait, Hans? Your name is Hans. Whatever. No one really knows anything about him. It's almost as if he needed that title to cover up something. Is the title of Duke powerful enough to do that? You'll follow Commander Mark's orders. Good. We are free to go back now. Well, I mean, we are. From you. But we have to appease the Doomsday Gods. And they're very stingy. An enemy is pursuing us. Technically, it hasn't seen us yet. And I just skipped it because we're still healing. Because I determined that health was less important than food. This time, though, I'm going to use food. Thank you, Eveline. We finally got a weapon for Gen. And blue robes for Satu. She does have some robes, just not good robes. We found nothing. How exciting. Let's go kill that enemy. Is there a flower here? Yes. Alright. Cross your fingers. Rip. I needed that. I needed the light. You want to take me on? Sure, why not? Let's take it on. I mean, you have friends here, Konopanos. It doesn't have to just be you. That's a lot of health. So we'll just stun that. No, leave Satu alone. Leave Konopanos alone as well. I could kill this. Sure. I'll take my souls back. I should probably heal, but I'm not going to. That almost got me in trouble last time. By almost, I mean it would have if Yamato wasn't very good at dodging. But hey, looks like it worked out this time. 69. Nice. You could just stand there. We'll just give that a good poke. You have less health by 10. Or, well, 17, I can count. I'll just kill you. Why not? No risks taken here. I wonder if the calculated damage includes the... Oops, the defense debuff. Or if that's calculated first. Hello. I am here to slay you. I'm gonna stun. Stun resist. Oh, well. I tried. That's what matters. We got one. 1 out of 2 is still failing, but that's okay. Reduce the hit. I wonder how hit chance is calculated. Oh, that was a lot. There's the taunts. Oh, we can't Holy Spear anyway, so let's heal up Konopanos a little bit. Yeah, this is what gets concerning, when there's 4 enemies in a row. That is a little scary. We're gonna block. Well, I do the intelligent thing for once, and they decide not to bite. Oh, well. Take that. Now let's keep reducing hit. Why not? 67 crit. Not bad for a stun move. 203 crit, a lot better. Ooh. I enjoy having these two in the same row. It's just humorous to me to watch them go back and forth nonstop. I could shield shock again, but they are resisting it. So that's kind of annoying. Please kill. Aww. This will kill though. Did I get hit by all 3 reflects? I mean, she is a masochist. She probably enjoyed that to some extent. Boop. It is your turn. That's something I kind of forgot about. When you start hitting things really hard with the Shadow Blade, damage reflect becomes a little bit more of a problem. Also, we are not in the greatest position here. If I flee... This'll work. It's gonna consume a lot of food, but we're almost at the end anyway. That should be good enough. But I have to... I was gonna say, I have to hide, but I can just do that this way. The natural way. Oh, goodness. 4 bugs again. But we can deal with it. We can manage. The moment that the Onmyoji or Witch's stun would come in handy, though. I don't like being here. Leave Satu alone. I would love to Holy Spear. So much so that I'm gonna do it. Because I'm pretty sure I can get a kill in. Or at least a stun. There we go. I wonder if it would be... If it would be worth increasing Lightning Kick. Troy just do a big heal. How much does this bleed? 41. It's not too bad. But we will do the targeted heal here. But increasing the level of Lightning Kick would increase the taunt, the power of the taunt. But is that enough? I'm killing that for the souls. It might be worth it to just keep increasing like Beast Stroke or something. Not sure. Not sure. I am going to heal Kunobenos though, because I'm scared. Aw, you miss. Ow. Again, it's fine. He is fine. We'll give him a big heal, and then he'll just eat the bleed, and we'll move on. There we go. Okay. Let's get Evelyn out here to break this. Give me my loot. We're still at 82% completion. We do have 2 chests, a monster, this flower to touch. Come to me, my little friends. 4 bugs again. Oh. There's another stun that the Paladin has access to, but... Actually, I think it can be used from the middle and back column. It doesn't affect front and middle enemy columns, instead of this one that just affects the front one. I don't remember. But this one can be used from the front column, which is kind of important and kind of not important. Can you one-shot with this? Yes. Good. Yes, hit Ken. Hit him harder. Oh. There, I'm gonna block. That's one reason why I think I want to upgrade Lightning Kick. Who needs a heal? Kunopanos. Poke. Aww. Poke. Hit me, please. Eh. I mean, it's fine if they hit Evelyn too, but not ideal. It's fine. You can't flee from me. I can still hit you from back here. That is one of the greatest strengths of the werewolf. He can hit anyone in any column at any time. I mean, assuming you have the correct abilities. But the fact that he has the tool to do that is wonderful. The Ronin can do it as well. The Paladin cannot, and the Shadow Blade kind of can, I guess. So we're at 92% completion. What is that thing in the bottom left? Looks like the map's cut off. Well, the Doomsday's gonna be really mad at me. We'll take a gander. Is that an enemy or the respawn guy? Spoiler alert, not worth fighting. These are respawned enemies. I guess... How much food do we have left? Not much. I agree with you. We will check over here and then we're gonna leave. More enemies? It's a respawned enemy, they don't count. Okay. We're at 92% completion rate, and I'm just gonna have to accept that, I think. We have one little spot over here we can look at. I agree. And a respawned enemy that's mad at me. Alright, well. You win this time, Doomsday. If it took a second off for 1%, it's going to go down again. Root after evading, your chance to escape. Okay, it's not too bad. Miscontamination, got to get rid of that immediately. Finally got weapons for Gen, bunch of journals. What was it? Fought with weak evil. It made a sound, but it didn't move, did it? Maybe it did. It's good to see you again, Stella. Let us return our quests, shall we? Turn in our quests. I have great news. Yeah. I delivered the letter. Great news. Also, Hans doesn't trust Duke Heinrich, but, you know, that's the thing. Yeah. Excellent. News spreads pretty fast when you're murdering everything, doesn't it? There now seem to be far fewer followers in these lands. Oh, they're gonna be even fewer. Don't you worry. I also hope there won't be any new attacks, but... What about the energy the followers have been sacrificing to their god? Where did it go? I have no idea. Sooner or later, the evil god that's been feeding on all that energy will show himself. Dun dun dun. Foreshadowing. Thank you. It had nothing to do with luck. I don't remember the way the song goes. There was like 10% luck or something. The rest of it was skill. So thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed those quests. Tomorrow we move on. Is this the quest? Yep, I have to go venture into the final zone to unlock the boss quest, the Hostile Guardian's Home. So I might do a little bit of farming to catch everyone up, and then we'll kill the boss, and then we'll move on. How exciting. Bye-bye.